that ain't crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Call Me Crazy. Y'all can call me Baz. We're back. We're finally in the Key Radio headquarters. I'm so over this lockdown-ish. Slowly we're opening back up. We have our special guest, Sabrina. Well, that's what I call you, but you know, SK for some. And I'll let you introduce yourself. I know you through, I don't even know how we met, to be honest. I just think Toronto's small.
Yeah, Toronto's like
I think
really
just
small.
Toronto's small.
I feel like we just had like the same circle of friends. Yeah.
And you are the founder of SK Kinetics, which is actually
I know, it's just when I hear that like title, like title's kind
Founder,
of, yeah, like it's like, oh, I'm like, ugh. But
no,
yeah.
it's real. And I'm wearing it right now for anyone who's
Yeah,
but,
our OG SK girl right here.
I know, SK girl.
Literally OG. No,
That was-
no joke.
That was probably one of the funnest things I did all 2020.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really under that sun doing the most, doing the absolute most.
I loved it. It was great. But thank you for joining me. I know we wanted,
for sure.
I wanted to do this with you, but I wanted to do it properly, and I wanted to do it in a studio, record, and all the things. But before we get going into our conversation, let's do a little icebreaker, get to know you. So I guess for my icebreaker with you, let me think. I want to know, actually, we were talking about traveling right before this, and someone asked me this the other day. When you are on a flight, what is your ideal seat?
Oh, by the window.
By the window.
By the window.
Okay.
And I learned that, like, I want to be more, it's just weird, but I've thought about this not too long ago, too, that, like, when I do travel, to book a window seat on the left-hand side, because sometimes, depending on, like, where you're going, like, the sun, I would want to catch the sunrise, or the sunset.
Oh, I love that.
Usually when I'm sitting on the right-hand side, depending on, obviously, where I go, but, like, if I'm going to the States and stuff, I just always miss it. I'm always getting the shitty end of the window seat. So I'm like,
So left-hand side.
yeah, I don't know. That's just a random thought, but yeah, window seat though, for sure, window seat.
Yeah. So
How about you?
when they asked me, I said first class.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh yeah, put me on first class.
But I had to humble myself because I said, okay, let's be realistic. And then honestly, I think I like the exit seat, like the row, like where you have the emergency, what is it called? The emergency door.
Oh, yeah.
You have all that leg
room.
Yeah, it's like a bootleg version of first class. It's like right before you get to first class, you sit there. But then someone told me that you're in charge of making sure everyone leaves the plane. So
Wait, what? Really?
that's what they said. I didn't know if it was a real thing. Like, I don't know if they're in charge of just yeah, so basically you literally have to make sure you are the last one. And I said, yeah, that's not happening. If we're going down, sorry, get in line.
I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
Bye. Like, are you crazy? I've never
I
heard
feel
that
you.
rule in my life. But yeah, I don't know if that's real. So someone let me know, because that's a little wild.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah. But to bring it back to you, I want to know how SK Kinetics started. Just, I guess, your journey. It started during quarantine, which is pretty crazy. But
Definitely,
I want to hear
it
a little bit
definitely
about it.
is like that's what talk about risk. Well, I've always thought about starting something. I just ideally didn't know what it was. But for a while working retail, my second last job, but I was like always talking to like my coworkers, saying like, yeah, like I would love to do like, if I work, because I worked at like a very male dominated store.
I know
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's just the fact that like, okay, if the girl version of this would have been like curated so much more like just sick, you know? And
That's a good point.
so like I just always thought, you know, I wish I could do my own twist to something along the lines like that, you know? Like because
like
they're
luxury streetwear, like
athleisure, yeah, like, and not so more like of luxury, like pricing wise. Like I wasn't like I'm not like big on like the whole like pricing at like
markup
$250 or whatnot. But like, of course, I understand with quality comes with price, like regardless of what it is, you know, and that's what everyone purchases. So, with that being said, it was always been the top of my mind, but I just never really acted on it until, and plus it's just my personal swag. Like this is what I wear with other brands. Yeah. So I like wearing my leggings. I like wearing a hoodie. I like wearing sporty, chic, you know, monotone colors. Like I'm not really big on loud stuff, but like that's my ideal style. Like that's just my everyday. So I wanted something that obviously reflected who I am. Yeah. And during COVID, before COVID, like start of January 2020, I was like, okay, let me grab some samples. Let me actually start this because I want to start something.
Good for you.
And I'm getting older, so.
The sample thing, it's a lot. So
it's
good
a
for
lot.
you for not giving up in that part because that part.
It's discouraging sometimes too because like certain things that you do get, you spend like X amount of dollars on and you're just like,
I can't
like I just lost money for this because it's not what I wanted.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Exactly. So I started that in January, and then the lockdown happened in March. Not expecting it, nothing. Yeah. I was just like, oh crap, this is. So I'm definitely gonna see this in probably like 2022 or something. I'm not starting this now, but I was working at the time, and then also my contract was ending. So I was just like, okay. I just see where this is all going now. Like the world is really shifting. I really need to get something tangible for myself. And I always wanted to start, like I said, I always wanted to start something. I just didn't know what. So I said, all right, let me actually do this and let me do this for real and serious. So that's when I started. I showed all my like close friends and stuff. I'm like, guys, am I crazy right now? Or they're like, no, this is actually really good. Like, do it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I guess I'm doing this on the right path. And then when I had a real conversation with my mom, and like she was at first hesitant because she's like, okay, girl, like it's COVID. Who's really gonna spend money on this? Like no one's thinking about that. But she really believed in me. And I think when my mom gave me the A-OK is when I was like, all right.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
That's big.
She's definitely been one of the biggest supporters throughout this whole journey for me. Like if it wasn't for her, I would not be talking about SK right now. I really would not be talking about SK right now. So she's definitely like my everything for all of this. So it's like, yeah. And then once I got the A-OK, I was like, all right, let's do this. So I grabbed my first like set and then started in August, and I said, boom, let the world now, let the world receive and take it for what it is, and let me just get the feedback.
The new uniform, literally.
The new uniform.
Yeah, it's crazy. And two things that you said, I feel like you literally have to be a little crazy to do something like that. Like, you know what 100%. I mean? 100%. And when I say crazy, that's the whole point of this podcast, like reclaiming that term. I think the most successful people are crazy because they take risks at the chance of like high loss, but there's also that chance of high reward. So you can't live scared, and I think you really you're like, all right, I'm doing the thing, like, Facts. And then now look where we at, look where we at, and it's only the beginning. So I'm so excited. And you also have a really good team. I know I say that a lot. Like, I think,
for real.
I think your tribe plays a big part in your success, whether it's like people who support you or who work behind the scenes. And I even love like your pop-up shop and just people who showed up and like, the
honestly,
vibe.
That if so I cried that end of that night. Yeah. Like I was just like, just seeing the amount of people that came to not only. The reason why I did the pop-up was because I wanted people to touch the garment. It wasn't, obviously it was for brand awareness, but I wanted people to feel the quality because I'm even a consumer that likes to actually go into stores and
Try
try things on or
Yeah.
touch it just to know what I'm like. A lot of people are more on the digital consumer, just buying online and stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine. But I'm not even that type of person 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So I made sure, like, okay, you know what? I'll drop it on the Friday. The following next day, I'm gonna have a pop up so people know what
Sick.
they're getting.
Yeah.
You know, and just to see the people's like reaction and my friends and like even my old coworkers from my other jobs came by and stuff like that. And that's when I just knew it wasn't just for my product. They were actually coming there to support me.
Yeah.
So
You're so loved.
yeah, like trust me, like
You are.
that just showed me like,
Yeah.
and that just shows what type of person I am.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a reflection of who I am.
Facts.
So it's like the same they would do for me, I would do for them.
Yeah.
So
That's so facts. And like I said, like Toronto is small, so
it is.
you end up knowing people not by, I don't want to say by their impact or their legacy, but you know how there's like a pattern that you hear about people, right? And
Yeah.
every time your name is brought up in rooms, it's always good things. And that's
I hope.
no facts, girl. Like seriously,
Nah.
and that just, I'm happy that you got to witness
sure.
that, you know, because it just shows like who you are and your character and just the way you impact people is very much in alignment with, you know, how I've experienced you as a friend. And it's been so dope to just see it.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you, B.
of course. I'm so
Shoot, you
hyped.
trying to flatter me? So.
I know.
I'm joking.
Now you deserve it, honestly.
Thank you.
But I know that, actually, I want to say something about just feeling it and touching it, because obviously people are like either going to see it through your Insta or through the video. But okay, my biggest thing with loungewear, like I live for loungewear. I feel like that's when I feel my most confident, my sexiest, like everything, you know? But it's because I'm curvier, you know, my body fluctuates. That's been such a hard challenge, you know? Like I feel like a lot of brands, they don't necessarily cater to curvy bodies. And the ones that do are online, you know, like the Fashion Novas and stuff. So, you know, I would literally invest in $100 plus leggings, which, you know, it's worth it, but like that's a lot of money for the average person.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it was definitely like I love the quality and everything. But when I say that your products are literally right up there with those $100 leggings, like butter. They don't slip. If you have a bum, they don't slip.
They don't
you know,
fall.
They don't fall. You can squat all you want.
period.
You can squat. You can do your knees, like everything.
Yes.
Like you're good, and it's super super soft. And like, I'm not even just saying this because. Like I
free
just,
promo.
Yeah, like no, honestly, like I would have just
for
talked
sure.
about the business. Like I would have been like, hey, yeah, it's cute. But no, for real, like it literally like I was shook. I was like, yo, these are fire. Like they're not slipping. Like I'm so used to leggings just
Yeah, I know.
slipping.
Same here. I went through so much. I went through so much getting the perfect leggings,
I
to
don't
be
know
quite
how you did
honest.
that.
Because it's just, you have to trust. First of all, you have to be a type of person to know activewear and athleisure.
Yeah.
And knowing, like I said, it's just been my personal style. So I've been wearing other people's brands. So I know ideally what type of fabrics I even genuinely like. And I just went straight off a gut. And when I got samples, I would try them out. I would work out in them. Like I would, you know, like I would just do a bunch of things just to make sure like this is the right one. So
Yeah, no, that's big. And I feel like I even remember doing like an Instagram post a while ago when I was heavy on my workout. Before I did this recent workout thing, before that, I remember being like, yo, I need leggings, guys. Like, I can't be doing these boot camps and having see-through leggings or slip-in, and like, it just kills the vibe. And like, you know, a lot of women can relate to that. So feeling confident in what you're wearing, especially on your journey, plays such a big part.
definitely does.
Yeah.
It sets the mood for you. It sets the tone.
Yeah, no, for sure.
How you want to feel and how you want to look, you know?
Yeah. And like to feel sexy and confident in loungewear, I think is the ultimate goal. Cause like that's, I don't know, like I feel better in that than in heels and a dress sometimes, you know, it really just depends on
Facts.
the vibe.
Same here,
Yeah.
honestly. And on top of that too, especially in the climax that we're in right now, it's everything is geared to that.
Yeah.
Everything's work from home, shop online.
Yeah.
Everything is virtual. So it's just where you really going right now with dress and heels? We're not going to probably be seeing that for the next
For a while.
year.
Yeah, no.
Or two, but you know, it's just that's like another reason why that SK is like as much of a risk it was to open to start in a pandemic.
Yeah.
It was also the best time to start.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of the climax that we're in right now.
Yeah. It made sense. It just makes sense. And just to kind of go back about to talk about like my workout journey and stuff, like I think I said it to you, but you really ignited, like I remember doing that shoot with you when it came to the SK shoot. You know, you're like, hey, I have this brand, like, da-da-da. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, like, workout clothes. Girl, I don't work out. I haven't worked out in a minute because it was lockdown, right?
I know.
So I had fallen off. And I remember having a conversation with you because I used to see you, and I think it was Maya. You guys used to post your workout videos on IG.
That girl's a beast. Like,
Yo,
a beast.
Both of you, and I used to watch and I'd be like, how? Like, you know, someone who you had this like hunger to and like momentum that you were going that was going, and I just felt like I just want to pick her brain. So I remember doing the shoot with you and being like, so like how did you get into this workout journey? And I want you to share a little bit about that. But it really ignited like, all right, cool, I have my gear now, my SK, so let's get to the gym, you know, let's go outside and do a workout. But I do want to know a little bit how you did start your workout journey and how that went.
First of all, prior to I started working out 2017, but prior to that, I never worked out. Like I was not an athletic child. That was just not for me. But I think it went from, you know, hanging out with my friends and just having a fun, good old summer, especially 2016 summer, which is like an iconic summer for everybody, I feel like, which definitely was for me. But that was like the turning point for me where I was like, okay, I'm genuinely not, like, I'm not healthy right now. I don't feel good about myself. I just felt like, well, actually, technically, I was in and out the gym prior to that, but I never took it serious.
Yeah,
so
I know those ones.
And then I was just like, you know what? No, like, Sabrina, this is getting out of hand. And I always have those type of conversations within myself before, like, I talk to anybody else that I know. But I'm like, nah, this is not it. This is not it. And if you continue going down this path, like, you're just gonna fall off. So I started a boot camp class for about 6 months in 2017, and then I just took it serious from there. And I lost too much weight. To the point where it was like really,
what
really
boot
skinny.
camp was this?
Shout outs. Well, it's full circle now because I started training back with him. Actually, his name is, my trainer is powered by Wong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yusuf. Shout outs to Yusuf. I know you're probably gonna be watching this, but I actually started working out with him, and now I'm back with him. Like it took about like 3 years for us not working out, but now like since the pandemic and since SK, I'm just like, I need you back in my life.
Yeah, no, it makes
I need you back in my life, and that's probably one of the like since SK, like that's like the next best investment I've ever gave myself before I was just working out on my own. But like the thing is, I'm a mental person, so if I look at weights and stuff that I can't physically hold, or I'm just like, no, I cannot do this.
Oh,
like,
I'm walking away.
I'm walking away. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not even pressure. For him, it's just like he just looks at me. He's just like, get the damn weight, Sabrina. Just do it. And I'm like, oh, I can't do it. But he's just like, no, do it. So that's the type of person, like for me, like that's the type of direction that I would need to work out. But for the most part though, like it was just, it's just from 2017 on forward to now, it's like, it's been an up and down battle. And like, obviously I'm not even on my goal weight if I would be very honest, but like at the same time, it's just like, I know it's a lifestyle and it's something that I genuinely like doing. Like I genuinely like working out. I genuinely like eating good food, which that could be the, default. But for the most part, I really like being in that space. So yeah, that's
I love that. Yeah, because I don't remember how you said it, but you literally said something along that line. Like, you're like, you just have to enjoy it. Like, it's something about, like, find the way to move your body that is fun to you. And don't make it necessarily a chore. Don't make it this thing that you resent, because it's a lifestyle. And I think that really changed the game for me in terms of, like, how I approached it. And then just seeing how, like, I don't know, it was just the way, it's like you meant it. Like, a lot of people will say that, and I'm like, okay, but you've always, like, working out was easy to you. But I felt like we connected in terms of, like, it is very mental for me.
Yeah.
It's very much
And
a mental
I remember
thing.
you telling me, like, I can't even, I just don't see myself starting. And I said, that's the problem. Like, that right there is your stop point. So I'm like, you need to get over that. And I remember I said this to you on the field, and I was just like, listen, I'm like, Bass, the minute you start, it's going to be addicting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as long as you start and as long as you're there and as long as you just even do one burpee or one jumping jack, at least you're there to do it.
Yeah.
And it will just be it'll be like a domino effect. You're just going to continue doing it more and more. And
It's
I think
so true. Oh my gosh.
I think you were looking at me crazy when I say that, but I was just like, no, I'm serious. Like, I think you're gonna. I'm like, you just gotta start, and I'm like, the minute you start, you're gonna.
Yeah, it's just like
you're gonna like it.
I literally miss it every day. I miss it every day, and as much as, like, I do agree, like, investing in a trainer really helped.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks to say that because not everyone has that privilege. So, having my trainer at the time, shout out to Christine, like, that really, really helped. Like, she's awesome. Yeah. But she said something to me as well, like, you can't rely on a trainer as your crutch. You can't. Because that's not sustainable. And for her to say that, because that's her livelihood, really, like, hit home. It's like, okay, this is literally a lifestyle. Like, everyone's saying that. So you have to just approach it in a way that's sustainable. And, it's not always going to be a uphill climb or linear. There's literally, it's been, like, 3 months? I haven't really, like, worked out or moved my body. And, that's real. And
facts. Trust me, I didn't work out for 4 months. Even throughout starting SK, I wasn't even rarely working out. And I just started working out beginning of the year of 2021.
But, okay, yeah, there's actually, so to tie it to the mental, and I think we're similar in the sense that we're both very mentally driven women, and, that's just how we operate. We're very cerebral. I do want to know, though, coming from an entrepreneur perspective, what was the biggest obstacle starting SK during a panorama?
Self-doubt.
That's real.
Yeah, self-doubt, and anxiety, like, just of the unknown.
Yeah.
That I've had a bit of anxiety growing up, but not crazy, to be honest. But starting SK has definitely raised that through the roof. My anxiety levels are pretty high. And when I realized that, that's why working out is such a,
it's an outlet.
It's an outlet for me, an important one, just so, like, I could release myself and breathe. But yeah, anxiety just of the unknown, like, not knowing how everything's going to be played out. Are people actually going to like it? Are people going to actually like the campaign? Like, everything is well thought out, but, like, how are people naturally going to gravitate towards it? But at the same time, like, those are the conversations I have within myself that I'm like, okay, Sabrina, you don't have control over the future.
Yeah.
But what you do have control is right now. Yeah. So right now you're overthinking it, and just relax, like, and it's so okay. Real. And see, like, that, even me just saying that out loud is, like, a reassurance to myself rather than opposed to just me just saying that out loud to anybody else, because it's like, I'm not saying this just to say it, but I'm also saying this to feel it.
Yes.
So,
and you trust that.
Yeah, and to trust it.
Yeah.
So the minute I feel that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
That's good.
So that's something that I continuously have a back and forth with.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like that's what comes with
being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, this comes with it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not relying on anybody else. You don't have a manager. You don't have any boss, or you know, if anything falls off, you're not gonna blame someone else for it. You're gonna have to take accountability for what you're doing, your actions, what you say. So I just try to be very on top of that.
Yeah, and literally, like you said, what you can control is what you can control, and knowing the difference, I think, makes a big difference when it comes to anxiety. Because a lot of the time, we have anxiety over things we cannot control, and once you let go of that, you're like, okay, like this is now, I've done everything I needed to do. It's out. You know, now it's literally in God's hands, and I've put in the work, and that's it. And letting go of that, I think, is huge. And I forget who said it. I listened to so many podcasts that I'll be honest, I don't remember. I want to say it was Charlemagne, but I might be wrong. Or Andrew Schultz. I love him.
I like him too. I used to watch him all the time, like when I was...
Breakfast Club?
Oh, I watched Breakfast Club every single day when I was from 18 to 22. Every single day.
And I know that he's not like everyone's favorite, but I love him so much. And like as he's gotten older, he's evolved. But
yeah, I just think he's very self-aware.
So
that's the thing, and I think that's what people can't. That's why the masses can't gravitate towards him, because he's considered too self-aware. But no, he just knows what he's saying and doing, even though some of it is like outlandish, some of it is for entertainment, obviously. But for the most part, the man knows what he's saying. Like he's very smart in his own way. So it's like people are intimidated by that. So when people are intimidated by that, they just naturally just, oh, he's too much, or and they just start labeling him a bunch of things that it's just like, no, but if you actually take him in, you'll actually learn from him. You'll actually take some things that you might apply to yourself. But a lot of people don't really think like that.
Yeah, it's true. Or they take it at face value. Like a lot of times he'll be making jokes, but it's there's definitely a name for this type of joke, but he's literally playing into how obviously problematic it is that whatever the joke is. And like, he obviously knows better. Like that's the tone of the joke, but I think people literally take it literal, like, I don't know. But he's a huge advocate on mental health, wellness, being an entrepreneur, especially for the Black community. And he said something like that. I really wish I could remember the quote, but it was literally like, as successful as you get as an entrepreneur, the common feeling is that fear. And instead of just using that fear as like your Achilles heel, like use that as your driving force to just continue to level up, and, you know, let it be what excites you in the morning, what makes your life different from a 9 to 5 is that fear. You know, you wake up, you're like, all right, we got to get this money. Like we're going to, you know, we have purpose today versus like, I'm just going to go do the same thing I did yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Have a routine.
Yeah. So that really resonated. And I was like, okay, like I really like that, because, you know, you could literally be a startup or you could be an established business. And that fear is very real, especially what we saw that happened with COVID. You know, like huge businesses are
tanking.
Yeah, literally. Or I think I heard Becca Cosmetic is closing down. Super random, but like
really,
that's a whole brand in Sephora. You know, like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like they have amazing highlighters, and it's crazy.
Like what? They're bankrupt?
Yeah, because
shoot, man.
Yeah,
I feel bad for companies
Isn't
like that
crazy?
though. Yeah, and I swear Becca is a YouTuber. Wait, oh no, I'm thinking of Anastasia.
You're thinking, but Becca had a huge collaboration with a YouTuber, and they had an amazing foundation, not Opal, it was Glam. Anyways, it was, I don't know. I'm not a makeup girl. We're not makeup girls.
We're not.
Sorry.
I'm really not. This mediocre. This is concealer, a little bit of.
This is literally the most you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna get for a business call, a night out, a date. Is this look? This is the only look I know how to do.
Me too, girl. That's why it's so funny. Remember when everyone's like, especially when I'm shooting for SK, they're like, okay, how should I have my makeup stuff? I'm like, just natural. Like just a little concealer, a little highlight if you want to, just, or, you know, get your eyebrows filled, whatever. Keep it super natural, because that's what I do. So I'm not gonna really stress you guys. I don't have a beat face while working out, like realistically, like who does that? So it's like that's not
Yeah.
realistic. So
Let's bring
I just
back
tried
that.
to.
I like that. I like the natural beauty look. You know,
Yeah,
like the
for
90s,
sure.
like the, what's it called? The Lisa Bonet and, you know,
Yeah,
the
just keep it
Sade, the, all that. Very natural.
keep it natural, keep it clean, just
just
keep it
fresh,
effortless. That's the thing. I'm
effortless.
all about just being effortless. As long as it's
Ooh.
effortless, it's seamless. Honestly,
I love that.
That speaks a lot more volumes than somebody,
Yes.
you know.
I
that's
love the
But
effortless.
I don't get me wrong. I love when girls beat their face because I just genuinely don't know what I'm
Yeah, I
doing.
don't
Like
know
I
either.
don't know what I'm doing.
I watch
feel-
bare makeup videos. That's
I try to do
literally
it
all I do.
when I'm going out at night and I look retarded. I just like, I'm
Yeah.
like, what did
Yeah.
what did I do to my face? Wipe. I'm like, oh my God, how did they? I'm like, they look like Picasso artists.
I
Like,
know.
how do you guys do this? But it's an art form. Like,
It
it's
is.
really an art form, and I give kudos to everyone. Like
can do
MUAs are MUAs. Like I do not deny that
I do not know
that
how.
title.
Like, I look like I got punched in the face.
Same says.
Yeah, like it's crazy. But yeah, honestly, kudos to you if you can beat your face. But actually, speaking about the girls, SK girls, is that what you call them?
Yeah.
So what's an SK girl?
An SK girl is someone that can overcome their obstacles. You know, whatever life gets thrown at you is what an SK girl is, ideally, and someone that maybe doesn't have it all figured out right now, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. But you're en route to
Yeah.
figuring it out. You know, you're gonna get there and you're gonna strive to get there some way, somehow, whatever form you're trying to do that in, it's up to you. But like I said, anybody that owns an SK piece, I always say own it.
Yeah.
Own it. You own that. Like
Yeah.
SK is SK for a brand. We represent you know, solidarity. We represent everything. But once you have that and you wear it, it's yours now. You know, so that's
I love that.
the type of image and type of message we try to showcase to the girls right now. It's just that's why, like, when they wear it, they're taking pictures in there, and we in the back end, like when we're messaging them, and when they're doing all of that, we're saying, "Girl, rock that! Yes, own it. Okay, yes, beautiful. We see you.
Oh my God. Yes.
You know, we root
I
you.
love
We
that.
root that, and we thrive off of that. You know, so."
We need more of that.
Exactly. So we thrive off of that. And especially, like we said, Toronto is such a small city. So I'm starting small, and it's that's the type of level I just want to continue creating that community here before it just branches off. Hopefully, inshallah, like globally, like, you know, so yeah, as of right now, that's what an SK girl means.
I love that. And you know, I literally say this all the time. I said it on the podcast before. Toronto has the most beautiful women. And
MashaAllah.
right? Like,
MashaAllah.
woo.
We really do, though.
I'm saying that.
No, there's beautiful girls around the world, PSA, but Toronto has some respectfully, Toronto has some gems.
And it's because there's every flavor.
Yeah, we're literally a melting pot.
Yeah. And that's sometimes when I look at SK, you've done such a good job of representing that, you know, in terms of just like ethnicities, colors, tones, body types, shapes. And it's like, wow, like you've redefined what it means to wear, you know, loungewear, athleisure.
Yeah, like tight fitted stuff.
But look good on everyone. And that's very hard to do because I'm the shopping online girl. Like, I don't like going to the store. And I'm like, it does not look like that on me. But, you know, with SK, I feel like you've done a very good job of, like, it's
showcasing it
on everyone. And that's really important. Representation's huge. And then just to pull on the point of, you know, creating community and women bigging up other women. If we literally actually helped each other as women, especially in Toronto, it would be game over for everybody.
It'd be quiet.
Yeah, it would actually
be super
no
quiet.
one could talk to us.
No one could talk to us.
But I don't know. I feel like we just feel like it has to be a competition. It's definitely like society that creates that and like reproduces that. But yeah, so I love that you guys represent that. Because I remember even at the shoot, you're like, yes, B, you're a model. I'm like, I'm not, but okay, thanks.
And the joke is, even giving some context behind that, that was my first time ever actually formally meeting you.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know?
my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've never, like, you know, we've obviously through our same circles, but that was my first time ever having a conversation with you in person, you know? And like, see, just even me doing that, and like, honestly, the girl that, for example, just to give a little context behind that shoot too, because there's so many up and downs what we went through that day.
That was crazy.
And that comes with, if I could have a BTS like show of what goes on behind SK Kinetics, I kid you not, MTV has to sign us, because there's just a lot of up and down jokes around, and it's just like improving and just thinking on the spot.
Hiring models on.
Oh yeah,
on the
you've
spot.
seen that. So there you go. Shout out to Rachel.
She's so bad. Like it was like an angel just walked in. I was like,
oh my God. I remember who was supposed to do. Oh no. Okay, yeah, Lashana. But she ended up doing it.
Yeah, she ended up doing it.
No, but it was her birthday the day before, so that was like, it was just timing was off. But I remember she was like, I'm gonna still come to the shoot. I'm still gonna come to the shoot. I'm like, girl, it's okay. Like, just don't worry. Like, it's your birthday. Enjoy yourself. You know.
Enjoy the
lituation. Yeah, lituation. Enjoy. You know, I'll get you another time. Yeah. And but yeah, like just even that happening, and you know, Rachel coming for Teddy, who was shooting the shot, and she was just assisting. I'm there. This is my first time also meeting Rachel too. Just looking at her, be like, hey, like, do you mind being in the video for a little bit? And you guys killed that, you know?
She's so nice.
So nice. So I was just like,
then ended up DJing didn't she end up DJing too?
Yeah, that's what I said. It just goes into full circle. And that's what I mean by the reason why I just use my connects and use people that I know naturally I would gravitate towards, and then I would hope that they would gravitate towards me. So yeah, like it's just,
that's crazy.
I love that. You know, that's behind the scene. But definitely, if women started supporting each other, we would definitely kill the Toronto scene, like single-handedly. Like,
oh my gosh.
But eventually, you know, like we said, it's still so fairly new of what we're all trying to do.
I know.
But we don't have that. Yeah, you know, coverage. We're still trying to figure it out as a small city. As much as it's like it's pretty big, but creatively in the creative spaces or whatever the case may be, it's small. So,
facts. It is.
I just hope that, you know, obviously in the near future, that not only, like, I'm not even really trying to target people like our generation. I'm even trying to target the youth, like younger than us, because they're the ones that are going to be looking at us, being like, okay, if she did that, what makes you think I can't do that? You know, and me being a Somalian girl from Toronto, first generation, I would want to represent that for not only for my people, but for all the women wanting to start something, because I've always knew since I was young, I wanted to do something, and I've tried a lot of things under the sun that worked, that didn't work, but I didn't let that stop me. So I just continued to push forward, and that's what I want to relay without really saying so much words, like right now.
Yeah, just in actions, honestly.
But like right now, but in most cases, it's just to showcase, more visuals, more context of like what it really looks like.
Yeah, I love that. I think when it comes to being a role model, like that's probably one of the highest, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? One of the highest accolades or, you know, positions I can hold in life. If someone ever looked at me as a role model, I'd be like, what, me? Like, that's crazy. But that's a bit, like, to me, that's huge. And that's such a beautiful goal to have. I think also just growing up, I remember trying to find people who looked like me and occupied spaces that I wanted to be in. And that was very hard, you know, like, and it's only till recently that I slowly started to figure that out. But I remember I had a therapy session when I was gonna say my early 20s. Oh my God, I'm not in my early 20s anymore.
Yeah, it's just tragic. Time's just moving. Time's just really flying.
actually upset.
Yeah, we're in our late 20s. Embrace it at this point now. Embrace.
Anyways, so my early 20s, I'm acting like I'm old. I'm really not. We're freaking young as hell. But when I was in my early 20s, like 21, 20, 21, I had a therapist and she asked me, so like, who are your role models, like female role models, like in terms of like career and like who you could see yourself as? And I was like, shit, like,
I don't really even have any.
I don't even know. Like, I was really stumped. She's like, think about it. Is it like Beyonce? And I'm looking at her like,
Okay.
is that what you say to every girl who's just like black and brown? Like Beyonce?
Oh, Beyonce. That's like go-to.
Is that your go-to? Because that's like, I love Beyonce, but she's not necessarily my role model, you know? Like, there's aspects of her that I love. Same with Riri. Like, if I could embody her confidence and her swag, like I would. But, you know, do I want to be maybe from a businesswoman perspective? But at the time, you know, she wasn't even doing that.
Yeah.
And I think, actually, this might have been when Obama was in office. And I remember saying, honestly, Michelle Obama. Like, that was my answer, you know? And the reason why is because she literally dominates male, like, occupied spaces.
Yeah, she does.
But, like, with such, like, effortlessness that you said.
Yeah.
And she has such, like, a boss, like, attitude.
Like a steez. Like, she has her own steez.
Like, I know she runs the show. Like, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
And I know Obama knows this. So it's crazy. So I love that she embodies that. And then a lot of, like, my fashion, like, icons, like a Laylee May or Vashti. Ooh.
I was going to say I followed Vashti since grade 10.
Yeah, since high school.
So since high school. And it's crazy that she's a brown girl being, like, dominating a male industry single-handedly. So I definitely think she's definitely paved the way for the Laylee Mays now. Yeah. Like all the young
Asani,
all the young influencers now that are trying to, you know, create their own lane, but also kind of use that same blueprint. And it's working. It's definitely working, and it's men are realizing that you know, women are here. You know, we see you. We see. That's all. It's like the minute you get that cosign of like, okay, we see you, we recognize what you're doing. From there, you don't even need any other validation. As long as you see what I'm trying to do, then just continue watching.
Yeah, you just respect it. All right,
respect it. That's cool. I don't need much from you, but you know, just as long as you respect. Like for me, that's like what I strive on. It's like the bare minimum is respect. So if you could give me that, I'm cool with that. I don't need more than that. I don't need less.
You to like me.
Yeah, like don't.
Really like you don't even have to like what I'm doing. It's just like respect.
You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me, but you will respect me.
Facts.
So it's like
that's big.
Yeah. So it really goes back to that. It's just that's the bare minimum. So if I could get the bare minimum, then I could just build on top of that, and then it'll grow for everybody.
Yeah, that's so real. I guess one of my last questions for you, and it has to do with like the whole SK girl mentality, because you know we always trying to bring it back to mental health and wellness. I really look at like the SK brand as like a baddie brand. Like, you know, every baddie has an SK suit. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, she's in LA. Like, you're reaching influencers in LA. I'm like, all right, we're really out here. Like, New York, like, we out here. So I want to know what has helped you with your confidence, or because I think that's whenever I speak to women, and even in my field of mental health and everything, and I ask, because I'll do one-on-one consults, and I'll say, what are your biggest goals when it comes to therapy? And I'll ask them to list 3 goals. And more times than not, one of those 3 goals consistently is build on my self-esteem, you know? And I think that's most women, not to generalize it, but what do you do to, you know, maintain your self-esteem or build on it, or would tell a friend?
For me, it's training my thoughts to being more fearless, and also being also have a good sense of self-awareness, because I feel like once you're self-aware, you can take accountability pretty easy. And also another confidence booster is definitely knowing who you are and standing firm to it.
Yeah.
Regardless if you have some like the self-doubting, like I was telling you, anxiety, all of that. Those are conversations that you have within yourself before obviously you tell anybody else. That's just how I deal with it. But making sure that what I do believe in, how I feel in that moment is everything, and standing firm with it. So that comes with just knowing who you are. So I feel like once you kind of get a grasp of who you are, then that's when the confidence just exudes.
Yeah, because you're unapologetic about who you are, and it's just like, yo,
this is me, and
it's me.
The same me that Basma gets is the same me that my best friend gets. Is the same me that someone else gets. Like, you know, my family you guys get the same me to a certain degree. Yeah, and that just shows I've just never I've never changed. Yeah, my true essence, like my intentions are pure, and as long as I'm aware of that, as long as I know that, then I'm fine.
Yeah. No, that's so real. Because you can go to bed at night knowing that I'm solid.
I'm a solid person, and I'll stay true to that, and I'll stay firm to that. And I think that's what gives me that when I wear my SK or, you know, just even if I'm wearing other people's brands, it's theirs, but I'm also rocking it because I'm rocking it. Sabrina's rocking it. Yeah. So that's why I try to make my brand kind of exude that with other women and have other women from all different looks, you know, shapes, sizes, rock it, and they start taking their pictures, they start feeling themselves. That means everything. That's what I'm trying to, you know, show. So
I love that. No, it's so real because like I said, I think I feel my most confident when I am in, you know, a loungewear piece, an SK uniform. Yes. And it really comes down to, you know, being comfortable in your own body, being comfortable with who you are, unapologetic. And I also love the fact that it's in alignment, like the brand is in alignment with what I believe in and stuff like that. But as a woman, and I'm very grateful that I was taught this growing up, but a big sense of my confidence comes from my entrepreneurship. You know, it's like, I did this. You know, no one else did this, and no one can take it from me. Unfortunately, we were talking about this because today's Women's Day, as we're recording. As women, we often live in a man's world, right? So having something that a man did not give me and I did by myself brings a whole other level of confidence, because it's like, what can you give me that I can't give myself now? So it's just like,
this is what I'm bringing to the table. What are you bringing to the table?
Facts.
So
no, it's so true, and I think that really has helped me with my confidence too, because it's like now I'm a good person, but I also bring things to the table beyond just being that. So I really see that in the brand in general. So before we wrap up, we were talking a lot of SK, and I know it's going to be a year, right? No.
In August.
August. Okay,
yeah.
August.
So we're like still, you know, fairly brand new, but like 6 months. That's 6 months in.
Damn, that's crazy.
No, 6-7 months. Yeah.
That's still really good. So what do you see for SK in the next 5 years?
Inshallah, I hope to see SK be global. Definitely hitting markets like the US, the UK, Asia. Like it's definitely in the forefront. Also, starting a foundation under SK is second. Yeah. I definitely want to give back 100%, especially back home. Yeah. And like start from there and then eventually disperse around Africa, but for sure Africa. And then probably start something back home too in the next 5 years, because there's just a lot of resources and there's a lot of room for growth in Africa. So I'm definitely taking my talents back there, inshallah.
And it's like this, there's a word, honestly, my brain's kind of, I feel like I need to read more because I'm losing all my words. But when you invest back in your community, you're not only gaining for yourself, but now you're giving people a way to sustain their whole community. You know, give someone a job.
Exactly.
Now they're helping their family, so now they're able to, you know, maybe their younger siblings can go to school, or you know, their parents don't have to work 2 jobs. So I think, yeah, there's nowhere better to invest in, honestly, when it comes to.
It's true. And the more, of course, the more I have, the more I'm willing to give.
Yeah.
And that's my purpose. I feel like that's definitely embedded in me as a person. So I know that's written.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
You know?
I'm excited. Honestly, it hasn't even been a year. Like,
I know it hasn't been. It's still a baby. It's still a baby. And it's like sometimes I'm like, I want to create it, and then my friends are just like, let it go. Now it's like SK's SK. It's a brand now. Sometimes like I'm like thinking it's still so small. Like it's still like they're like, what? Girl, bye. Like you better start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and like that's where like shout outs to my right hand throughout this process is Risha, and my next like left hand is Tamisha. They both freaking rhyme, but shout outs to you guys. Without you guys, my crutches throughout this whole process, this journey, I would be in shambles. But I always give them credit where it's due, and even for everybody else that just simply supports SK. Guys, this is only the beginning, and thank you for rocking with me up until this point.
no, you're good.
Thank you for rocking with me up until this point, because honestly, like it's even helping me as a person evolve. So
no, you're honestly killing. I'm excited. I'm gonna go on the site later, but I'm gonna let you get to that. So before you wrap up, I want to know what is something that's brought you joy this week.
Something that's brought me joy this week.
It could be literally small, big, could be anything. So what is it? You're making me nervous.
I'm already laughing right now because was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. My mom, I woke up in the morning and I went to her room and I seen her in leggings and a tank top. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, I was just thinking, where are you going? You know, because my mom's she doesn't really dress like that outside the house, obviously. And she's like, oh no, like, I look at her TV screen in her room and I just see somebody like doing HIIT, like high intensity workout. Like an older lady working out. She's like, some lady from my job gave me a link on YouTube to like work out for 30 minutes. So I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm so happy. My mom's been on a healthy journey for a while now. She even like, honestly, like she'd even helped me eat properly at home. Cause before we were like kind of weaky wonky, but like now she's like very strict with it.
She's on it too.
She's on it. Like, you know, she's eating her quinoa, she's eating her brown rice. She's like super, super healthy. And I just seen her working out, and I was like, I'm like, okay. I'm sitting on the bed. I'm like, show me some moves, because she just finished when I came in. And I'm like, show me some moves. She's like, okay. She's there on the floor, like stretching, do them. I was just laughing so hard. I'm like, little lady, you kill me. Like, you actually entertain my soul. She's like, what? And I'm like, you're just too much.
Imagine.
Like, you're too much. But like, I like that just made me joy, because I'm just like, mom, like you're actually, you know what I mean? Like you're staying on top of yourself, and you don't need anyone else to tell you what to do. And like you want to work out, you want to like physically do all of this stuff and eat healthy and eat clean. And I just look at her and I'm like, you're so funny. But like that gave me a little joy. Like I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Like
imagine like when
go
older,
stretch.
And then our kids come in and they're freaking like like laughing at us.
Oh my God,
out.
I know. Hopefully your mom is, you know, to my future kids, hopefully your mom will be a hot gal.
Yeah,
hot gal. And I maintain and stay in shape, inshallah, to continue. But that was definitely a small joy.
I love that.
I got.
That's so cute.
So random.
I'm thinking of mine.
How about yours? What's yours?
Mine has to do with my mom too, my family. So I think I was telling you before, I've been literally so sick. So guys, I literally thought I had COVID, and part of me wishes no, I'm not gonna say that. I thought I had COVID.
You have to like bleep, no, because you can't say COVID.
Oh yeah.
on YouTube. They're gonna like
yeah,
beep it out.
true.
Yeah.
Just
Just say the
I'm
the
gonna
Rona.
say panorama. The Rona.
The Rona.
Miss Rona.
Miss Rona.
So I really thought I had
Like a
Miss
flex.
Rona. Yeah, that was right. That's true. I thought I had Miss Rona. Got tested and everything. They're like, no, you don't have it, but you're sick. Like, you're still sick. So I got antibiotics. I resisted taking it, but I was so sick. I was like, hey, I gotta take this. Literally, as soon as I was done being sick for like 4 or 5 days, you know, some next infection happened, and then after that, I got more sick. Something else happened. I just kept getting sick, and then it got to the point that I think it was Saturday morning. I called my dad because I live alone. So I'm here taking care of myself and doing work. And I'm like, you know, when you get sick, you get grumpy. Like, I just got super grumpy. And I was just like,
You're over it. Yeah, you're just over everything. Everything irritates you. Yeah. You're just over it.
It's like my body just feels gross right now. So I called my dad and he's like, you okay? And I just started crying. I was like, I just feel so sick. And I'm over it, and I don't know what to do, and I'm in so much pain. I keep spending money on medication because I don't have insurance, and I'm like literally like crying.
Miskeen.
And then, so whatever, I finished my work for the day, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll shower, and I'm just gonna lay in bed. So I'm laying in bed, and then my sister FaceTimes me. My sister never FaceTimes me, first of all. She FaceTimes me, she's like, open the door, bitch. I'm like, what? She's like, we here with Starbucks. And literally my sisters and my mom surprised me, and they brought me Starbucks and
so
food.
cute.
And I literally, like, I was so much in shock that I couldn't cry. All I kept saying is, I'm gonna cry, but I couldn't physically cry because, like, I was in shock.
They're like, you're lying because you're clearly not shedding a tear. But
and I was like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, I'm literally frozen right now. Like, I couldn't even believe it, but it was just like, yo, y'all really came through. Like, that is so...
Family's important.
Whoa.
Family is definitely important.
My biggest blessing in life is my family.
Straight up.
I literally say that. So that really brought me joy. That was a big joy.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that was a big joy for me.
See, it's the little things, you know? It's just the little wins. Like, people will be like, what joy did you buy something that made you happy?
People be thinking it's like winning like a championship or something.
Yeah,
no,
it's like it's literally the smallest things that make you happy.
That's the whole point of the small joy segment is, you know, making just even acknowledging something daily that brought you joy or gratitude actually shifts your whole brain chemistry, and actually. Someone said, I was at a workshop and they're like, gratitude and depression cannot coexist. So
that's true.
That's so such a bar for me, and like really changed the game. So like as small as like, you know, in the morning journaling 3 things you're grateful for, and every day you cannot repeat the same blessing, you know. So it's like, yo, you constantly have to look for blessings in your day.
Yeah.
And it literally shifts your brain chemistry. So yeah, that's the whole point of the small joy. I know I don't even know
like that segment. That's cute.
Yeah, I don't even know if I ever explained it, but that was like, because a lot of times I'll ask people and they'll be thinking, and I'm like, I love that it's not something you automatically have, and the more that I work on it, it's like a little bit, I'm faster at thinking of a blessing. So
it's true.
Yeah, so
that's a really good brain exercise.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's actually really good.
That's the purpose. I don't even think I ever really explained it that deep.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, well, now you know. But I want to know, where can we find you? Anything coming up? What's new in SK World?
Well, you can find us at www.sk-kinetics.com. Our Instagram handle is at sk.kinetics. Mm-hmm. And also, what is coming up? Pause. When is this dropping?
Sunday this coming week. So
on that note, then, something is definitely going to be dropping before this episode drops.
Yeah,
so you'll definitely already know what we're trying to drop by then. But yeah,
swing over there, you'll see. If they don't, they'll swing over there.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know. So definitely check our Instagram, check out our website. We have a whole campaign coming out this week, so...
Oh my God, your campaigns are...
Stay tuned.
Yo, campaigns are always A1. I'm really excited. I'm excited.
Definitely. It's definitely one for the moving. Yeah, you're going to feel I hope that's definitely what I want people to take from this campaign specifically is just the feel. The aesthetics, everything about it is
I'm not even worried
curated to the
about
T.
that. I already know you and your team. Like, the more I think about it, even before you came, I was like, yo,
shout outs to them.
and your team, such a power dynamic. Like, really, like,
that's like, and that's honestly, that's years. Like, that's, I have years on them, you know?
Yeah.
So it just seamlessly works out very well because we're all individuals on our own, but we all understand each other's dynamics so well that it works.
Yeah.
And
y'all super fly, some fly girls.
shout out to Risha and Tamisha once again, because I know you guys be listening to this and they'll be like, when the heck did you, like, when I do podcasts, or like this is my first podcast. I've never talked.
Oh God, no, this is good.
And it would be with you, thank God. You make me feel comfortable.
Yes, that's always the goal. No, but they could probably be like, yo, when did you even record this?
Yeah, they look at me like, girl, what are you? I'm like, honestly, like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just
tune in.
Just tune in. Just listen. Just tune in. Tell a friend. But like, shoot. But yeah, shout out to them though. One time.
Yeah, no, they're
one time for the one time.
Yeah, they're sick. Thank you so much.
No, for sure. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Basma.
I got you. I'm actually such a fan.
Honestly, I truly appreciate this. You made this feel very organic, and for this to be my first podcast, honestly, you really did that. You made me feel at home and comfortable. So
you got, girl,
honestly,
you're natural. You're good.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the next campaign. I'm excited to see SK during this hot girl summer.
Are you gonna model for me again?
You'll say the word. I'm gonna go home and work out. I'm gonna do some sit-ups tonight.
This is like, just give me a 2 weeks heads up.
Give me like a month so I can just eat. All right. So we can showcase.
I'm gonna get you and Tanisha.
Oh my God.
I'm joking.
Tanisha's
gonna be like, get the hell out of here.
I gotta work out. But yeah, so anyone who's tuning in, thank you. We will be airing Sunday and Tuesday on Key Radio. Make sure to download the app. Otherwise, you can follow us at Call Me Crazy Pod. You can follow me at Be For Real, and we'll see y'all next week.
Hey.
Peace.
Name one genius that ain't crazy.